In this session, we'll see how to set up your Git username, email, and connect remote to check the connectivity, and finally we'll try to push the. So assuming the Git has been successfully installed, open your PowerShell and try to set your global username. So let's do that, which is by git config -- global user dot name. Let's put our name followed by mail ID, git config global user dot email, and put your email ID, which is going to be, once you do that, try to check the config list, which is by command config list. My username and it has my email ID. Now that I've done that, I'm going to check the same inside my IntelliJ. Let's do that. So I have opened my IntelliJ, and inside my IntelliJ, I have my project, which is online store. So basically, when you create a new project and then you create a project, you're going to be given with main and test folder, provided the project that you're choosing is a Maven project. Or assume that you have a project, and when you go to your terminal tab, inside your terminal tab, you can look for the configuration that you have done in the PowerShell, where you have configured your Git username and email ID. So check that config again. It's going to initiate Git in this directory, which is using the command git init. So this is my directory. It has been initiated in this online store directory. And then what you'll have to do is you will have to git add and dot. When you do this, you're going to add all those files that you have added newly inside your directory. So I have done that using git add a dot. So from this directory, I wanted to check the connection from this directory to the remote GitHub. To do that, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to commit all these files that I have added there. So I'm going to put this as initial commit. This is the message I wanted to put. Commit -m initial commit. So all these files are getting added. So they're all in the create mode. My bird factory, bird service, pet factory, and all those files have got added. So these are all in the commit that we have added. Next, what we'll have to do is we will need to have a remote location where you wanted to push this code. So let's do that as well. So once inside your GitHub, you see this create new repository option, and create your repository, give some name, and try to click this create repository button. And once you do that, there's no new change that I have added except giving the name. And if you want, you can add some description and add some readme file based on the code that you're trying to push, some instruction that you want to give to the project that you're creating, and choose the license if you are going to make it open source, and if you want others to contribute, or if you want to give license based on the application that you're developing, choose this license here. Assuming that you have created your repository, so I'm going to show mine. So I have created a repository. So once you create that, under this code section of your repository, you have a quick setup instruction that has been given. So this is going to be your URL that you would wanted to add to your local Git. So I'm going to copy this. We copy this, and so from the Git repository which you have created, or if you're working on some project, you will be shared with the repository URL. It could be a big bucket or it could be Git. So you will have to just put this command, which is git remote add origin, and mention the repository's URL and try to add it. So now that you have added, try to verify your remote connection, which is going to be like git remote -b. So your origin is going to be the URL with fetch, and then you also have the same URL with push. Now we have already initialized Git in your local project folder, and we also made the commits to the folder. Now that you have added your remote origin URL, you'll have to try this command, which is git push origin main. So I've got some error, which is failed to push some reference. Let's see that. So let's try to create a branch first. Git branch main, and now let's try to push the same. Sorry, git push u origin main. So once you've done that, you can check your Git repository to see whether these changes have been pushed to your remote location. Let's check that. So once we pushed it from our IDE to the Git repository, we see that the changes have been appearing here. Let's look at it. So what I have in my IDE is also appearing here. So this is how you push your code from the local to the remote repository. Thanks for watching. Bye.